One quiet evening, as my wife, Sarah, gently pulled me toward the couch, a thick unease lingered between us. Her hands quivered ever so slightly, and she avoided my eyes, clear signs something heavy weighed on her. I assumed it was something trivial, a stressful day, maybe our growing financial concerns. But then she exhaled, shaky and slow, and met my gaze with a look that sent a chill through me. "I've fallen for someone else," she said. For a heartbeat, the world froze. Time itself seemed to stall, the room falling into a suspended hush. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't cry. Instead, an odd stillness settled over me. A small, empty smile touched my lips, born not of joy, but acceptance. "All right," I murmured. Her face twisted in confusion. She had likely braced herself for anger or heartbreak, not for calm surrender. I rose without another word, walked to the kitchen, and filled a glass with water. That simple response, "all right," hovered in the space between us like a weight neither of us could move. For years, I'd been fighting a losing battle, trying to salvage what had already slipped away. I turned a blind eye to late-night texts she quickly dismissed, to spontaneous girls' weekends, to the cold tone that had seeped into our daily conversations. I had known. Deep inside, I'd felt the slow unraveling. Her confession didn't crush me. It only confirmed what I had refused to face. Oddly, it brought relief. She stumbled through explanations, apologies tumbling out in fragments. She claimed it wasn't intentional, that she never wanted to hurt me. Her voice sounded distant, muffled by the clarity washing over me. With calm resolve, I told her to pack a bag and leave, go to the person she thought she loved. That night, I gathered her belongings, set them gently by the door, and went to bed without another word. She left in silence, unaware that her exit was the kindest gift she could have given me. The weeks that followed were unexpectedly calm. The silence that once felt suffocating now felt like healing. I buried myself in work, returned to the gym, reconnected with old friends I drifted from. My world, once orbiting around her moods and secrecy, was finally my own. Nearly a month passed before she came back. She stood at my door, looking nothing like the woman who left. Her eyes were swollen, her confidence stripped away. She asked to come inside and talk. I hesitated but stepped aside. Tears streamed down her face before she could even sit. Her voice trembled as she admitted, "I made a mistake. He wasn't who I thought he was. I still love you." I watched her closely, unsure whether to trust her sorrow. A piece of me wanted to believe her. After all, we'd built a life together. But another part remembered the long, lonely nights, the suspicion, the ache, the emotional silence. "You told me you loved someone else," I said, voice steady. "And now you're saying it wasn't real?" She nodded desperately, blaming confusion, fear, weakness. She wanted me to believe it had been a temporary lapse in judgment. But that same peace I'd felt the night she told me the truth returned again. "Sarah," I said gently, "it's over. Your actions showed me exactly who you are." Her face went pale. She reached out, but I took a step back. I explained that I had moved on, not with someone new, but with myself. I no longer wanted to rebuild something so badly fractured. Love that's broken by betrayal becomes only a memory of what it once was, a shape without substance, familiar but cold. She pleaded. She suggested therapy, a fresh beginning. But her desperation only solidified my decision. I had found clarity without her chaos, and I wasn't going to surrender that peace. I told her to find her own way, one that didn't include me anymore. After she left, I stood by the window and watched her disappear into the night, just as she had weeks before. But this time, I felt no grief, no anger, just resolution. She had made her choice, and now I had made mine. In the months that followed, I focused on mending what had been torn, not by seeking a new relationship, but by rediscovering who I was. I traveled, tried new hobbies, really laughed for the first time in years. That painful ending had birthed the most peaceful beginning. Sarah reached out a few more times, but I never responded. I didn't hold on to bitterness, only gratitude. Her honesty, though painful, had woken me from an illusion I had clung to for far too long. She may have thought she destroyed me, but in truth, she set me free. When friends ask if I regret letting her go, I answer without hesitation, not even for a moment, because when she said, "I've fallen for someone else," and I replied, "All right," I didn't lose a partner. I finally found myself.